Homeless youth. Homeless youth is, as Tori has reminded us, a very underserved population in New York City and across the country. So we're offering them supportive and eventually move on with their lives. This is what they need. They need that, a roof over their head. They need safety, a job, education, and for supporting us. And I'll turn this over to Tori.
Good morning. Thank you, Mark. I'm Tori Lyon. I'm CEO of Jericho Project, and it's really my privilege, 18 to 25, 40% of whom identify as LGBTQ. It is 10 stories of hope. Thanks to all of you, 89 New Yorkers will no longer be vulnerable to the indignity of homelessness, the prospect of employment, wellness, and most importantly, community. I'm very proud to say that this is the first supportive housing residence to open under Mayor Bill de Blasio's NYC 1515 initiative to build 15,000 units of supportive housing over 15 years. I'm truly happy on this momentous occasion. Whom are in the room had been working hard to make this a reality. First and foremost, I want to thank our co-developers, B&B Urban, Alan Bell and Elisa Barnes. Your expertise and drive helped us overcome many challenges in this project, and we thank you. And I have a list of people I want to thank, so bear with me. First, Human Resources Administration, the Department of Housing Preservation and Development, the New York City Housing Authority, and the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. Also thanks to our other government partners, the New York State Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance and the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Secondly, our public servants who tirelessly represent and support us in our residence. Senator Gustavo Rivera, Congressman Jose Serrano, Bronx Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr., New York City Council members Fernando Cabrera, Eric Ulrich, and Chaim Deutsch, New York State Senator, oh I already got you, New York State Assembly Member Victor Picardo, and Community Board Chair Dr. Bolo Omotosho. We had lots of support for Danny here today, if not for them. And thirdly, our private sector partners, Wells Fargo, Corporation for Supportive Housing, Citi, and the Home Depot Foundation. And I want to especially thank my colleague, operating officer, who took on this development with enthusiasm and passion. She and all of my other Jericho colleagues are really an inspiration to me, so thank you. There are a few things that make this residence so special for Jericho. One is that this is our first supportive housing residence that Jericho's launched for young adults. These are individuals who are 18 to 25 years old and already vulnerable on the streets or in shelters. Many of them have been kicked out of their home because who they love, to pursue their dreams and carve out their own lives. But without an education and job experience, they can run into difficulties and find themselves homeless. We're confident about our new young adult program because we've built groundbreaking initiatives before. Housing and services to the brave men and women who dedicate their lives for our freedom. And I'm proud to say that this is our third veterans residence. Annually, we now serve over 750 veterans throughout the city, and these are among the over 2,500 men, women, and children that Jericho serves every year. So on behalf of the staff, board, and clients of Jericho Project, from Harlem to South Ozone Park to right here in the thank you. So I'm going to introduce Alan Bell of B&B Urban. I was introduced to Alan and his wife Elisa about 4 years ago by one of our board members, Gary Sherman, who I think is here somewhere. Alan has over 30 years of experience developing affordable and supportive housing, and he came to us with now stands. He and Elisa development of this project, expertly overcoming many obstacles along the way. And they also donated the beautiful mural that you may have seen in the library on the lower level. So thank you for that. We are really proud and thankful to be your partner. Join me in welcoming Alan.
on this sweltering day. You know, this has been a long time coming. This one was a tough one. Let me just tell you, this was not easy. And somebody of my age, I can tell you, I don't know how many more like this I can do. But you know, maybe to do something worthwhile just requires extraordinary. The lesson here that you really can't get to where you want to go unless you have to struggle. And by the way, I can't help it. I have to make some comment. I just feel compelled to make comment about the event in Helsinki yesterday. I just cannot get in front of a group of people and feel that I cannot say something to all of us and hope that there is some way that we can see forward through this, because this is, in my lifetime, very scary. Anyway, let me keep going. Let me, you know, I have a tradition of shouting out about people who are usually the unsung heroes in getting something like this done. It really does take an extraordinarily long. First and foremost, our partners and the leadership of Jericho. And can't say enough about their leadership, what they've turned that organization into under the time that Tori has been the leader there. I don't know actually before that, but she's really moved the organization quite forward. So I have only the nicest things to say about them and their efforts. So Wells Fargo Bank, okay? So Wells Fargo can certainly use some PR. You know, they need it. But look, I can. What bank? There is no. I can say categorically, there's no other bank or investor that would come into a deal that was. We had to kick off the former general contractor on the job. We lost our prior lender and investor, and Wells Fargo stepped up in a situation where no lender wants to be. Long ago, no lender wants to be there. But I will say it is about relationships. So the people that we have to thank are, let's say, Alan Weiner, okay? I've known Alan Weiner. I've worked with Alan Weiner since 1974. I mean, that's not a typo. 1974. I mean that. And Dwayne Udy, 1992. Many institutions ago. And this happened really because of that relationship. It really did. I mean, end of story. That is the truth. So, and let me just add the Wells folks: Paige Travelstead, Corbin Heiss, David Maislis, Gary Vizioli, and Michael Levine. I mean, those people at Wells deserve tremendous credit. So. And HPD has been obviously a critical part of this whole process, the funding and through lots of our trials and tribulations. And I want to in Julia Klein, Fred Koster, who's retired, Andy Linder, and Rona Radica. I probably know Jessica Katz, who was formerly there and really had a critical role when she was head of that unit. So Jessica as well. And then a couple other names that are familiar to people, but they might not realize how critical they were to this project. And Ruth Ann Wisnauskas, when she was at HPD, and then when she's at the state, and in continuing our tax credit, past our original due date. And again, without them, this would not have happened. The OTDPA people, Brett Hepner, Brenda McIntyre, Manny De Los Santos. It's been a pleasure working with you. We'll miss working with you. A lot of fun. A lot of. New York State DEC of all people. Jeffrey Vogt. You wouldn't know him. But he solved the specious, contamination problem that somebody had brought up that was